Scheffler's dominant run continues in a big way after that win at the Procore Championship. And since 1960, Scheffler is the fourth player to win 6 or more times in back-to-back seasons, joining Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer, and Jack Nicklaus. All right, as promised, let's bring in Bob and Mark for much more. Bob, it's yet another comeback win for Scheffler. He was 8 shots back after round 2, 2 shots back heading into Sunday, and he gets the win. What's impressed you the most about this latest victory?
Well, I mean, what doesn't impress me, it doesn't impress us about what Scottie Scheffler has been doing for the last couple of years. I mean, the record book alone is being transformed, or he's adding his name into spots where you never think. I mean, his wins now, career win total, puts him tied for 40th. He's tied with big name players like Ben Crenshaw for the career wins. I mean, he has done so much in a short period of time. And anytime you see him in a field, you just think, okay, what is he going to do this time to get it done? And there's not really, he drives it well. His iron play is great. His strategy is great. His putting is great most of the time. There's not really weak spots to his game. And it's not really, in my mind, to be sort of weird, it's not really like overly impressive because nothing stands out because it's all so good, if that makes sense. But Scottie Scheffler now is just a runaway number 1 player in the world, and it's going to be hard for anybody to catch him for a long time unless he sort of retires or something. Now, this latest win to me was tremendous, and again, the one thing that I do like about Scottie is he just never seems to give up. He just seems to get better each round. Of course, 8 shots back and then 2 shots and running it into the finish line to get another win. Scottie Scheffler, the only thing that Scottie Scheffler doesn't do is really sort of boast or have this big personality. He's a really sort of laid back guy. So that's maybe why all this winning and all these great performances aren't quite at the same level in terms of notoriety and awe as we had with someone like Tiger Woods. But it doesn't have to be. Well, you just have to look at the numbers and see what he's accomplished, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Mark, it's just crazy to think that Scottie Scheffler now has 19 career PGA Tour victories. He's just 1 win away from lifetime membership on the PGA Tour. And Z, he's only 29 years old. This is wild.
It happened so fast too. I mean, we're roughly just over 40 months. If you go back to the first victory, which happened on, Super Bowl Sunday in the desert, and all of a sudden we've compiled all these numbers that are, to your point, historic. And we're always very kind of treading water and making sure that we're not comparing him to Tiger Woods. The problem is he keeps doing things that are Tiger-esque. He's now becoming only the second player since 1983 to compile 2 seasons of 6 wins or more. Guess who the other player to do it is? Tiger Woods. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we're not trying to force the issue. I'm certainly not trying to force the issue that, let's compare him to Tiger Woods. But he's doing Tiger-like things, and this is another version of that. And everyone should be put on notice as well here, Adam, because guess who won in the state of California? Guess who won on different grasses? Guess who might start the season of 2026 a little hotter than he started in 2025 and maybe get a little bit more comfortable on the West Coast all of a sudden? Might be Scottie Scheffler.
And crazy to think, too, that he was outside the top 30 this past week in both strokes gained around the green and strokes gained putting, and he still came back to win. And I'm so glad you mentioned Tiger Woods because we've had this conversation on the show for the last couple of years, best player since Tiger Woods. But if you win 6 straight times in back-to-back seasons, the comparisons are impossible to ignore now, Mark. He has to be the best player since Tiger Woods. Not trying to compare apples to apples, Tiger in 2000 to here, where we are right now with Scottie, but best since Tiger Woods, he has to be.
Oh, it's not even close. With all due respect to Rory McIlroy, who, is likely the most naturally gifted, naturally born talented player since Tiger Woods. This is a different animal in Scottie Scheffler. They even said it on the Golf Channel NBC broadcast on Sunday, where they mentioned how dominant a world number 1 he actually is. Like the fall off between 1 and 2, with all due respect to Rory, who had a tremendous season, by the way, Rory McIlroy, it's off a cliff. I mean, the level of consistency, again, his 20th start of the year inside the top 25. He's matching what Tiger did again. We have to go back to Tiger Woods in that miraculous season of 2000 to find a season like this again. So, to your point, it's not unlike most of these conversations where the media is constantly forcing the issue. We are not forcing this issue. We are not creating this narrative. Scottie Scheffler is creating this narrative with his golf clubs, with his victories, with the things he's doing inside the ropes. This is another historic season. This is a 24-month historic run. Can you imagine, Scully, what 2023 would have looked like if he wasn't as stubborn to make the switch to the Spider putter? If he had made that switch sooner, which, by the way, Team Golf Talk Canada was screaming for early in 23. Just going to go out there and say that. If he had made that switch and became an average putter to better than average on occasion putter in 2023 versus 2024, we could be sitting at 25 wins plus right now. So it's very impressive. I'll go back to what I said about a month and a half ago. This is not a run. This is an era. This is the Scottie Scheffler era. Get used to it.
And it's been so much fun to watch so far. And the lead up heading into this past week at the Procore Championship was about 10 U.S. Ryder Cup players playing at the Procore. And Ben Griffin obviously had a great week, faltered down the stretch. But Mark, Keegan Bradley's got to absolutely love what he's seeing from the best player in the world right now to lead his Team USA team into Bethpage Black. And you could make the argument the U.S. should be the underdogs.
Yeah, I think Europe's going to win. I know you think Europe's going to win. It's going to be interesting to watch what the money line looks like on this and where the betting goes between now and Bethpage. We're getting really close. Scottie Scheffler, obviously, Keegan Bradley's thrilled with that. Everybody should be. We all know what Scottie's going to do. That was never the question. The question was going to be, what's the rest of this team going to do? And I'm not so sure the rest of this team showed us very much this week. And with all due respect to Ben Griffin, who had another wonderful week on the PGA Tour, he missed about a 5-foot putt-ish, maybe just outside 5, when he needed it most on the 72nd hole to force a playoff with his teammate Scottie Scheffler. And instead he missed one. And it wasn't the best looking stroke. There wasn't much daylight between the backstroke and the contact there. And it leads to a 3-putt. And when you're seeing your Ryder Cup rookie miss one under the pressure on the last hole at the Procore Championship, and now you create that situation in a week or so at Bethpage, where you think the pressure is intense on the 72nd hole of the Procore Championship, you're going to be playing a different sport when you get to Bethpage when it comes to pressure. So I don't know. If I'm Keegan Bradley, I'm a little concerned with what I saw on the 18th hole, the 72nd green at the Procore.
Well, for Scottie Scheffler now, 19 career PGA Tour victories. To put that into perspective, that's the same number of wins in their careers. Ernie Els, Ben Crenshaw, Tom Kite. Scottie Scheffler has been on quite the historic ride.